What up, fam? It's your boy Mike Kid out here in the streets of Cape City, keeping it a $1.50 with you, so I'm going to spill some tea for you right now. I'm just out here trolling for anyone who needs some help, you know? Or if I run into anyone doing things they shouldn't, well, we'll get them off the streets, right? Oh, hey, I got to catch up on subs real quick. Crabtrap294, thanks for the 6 months. Holy Muff Diver, thanks for the 3 months. Duck Freak, thanks for the sub. And welcome on in to the Mike Kid Militia, where we are all heroes and no zeros. Now check out the drip on this new fit, because this shit is more lit than all the witches in Salem. And that's no cap.
Hello and welcome back to Goonies World. I am Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean, and with me as always is Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Back again, bro.
And of course we have Goonie, also known as Colin.
Yay, hey, what's going on?
And we have Lunicorn, also known as Lynn.
Hello, good evening.
And tonight,
or whatever time of day it is.
wherever it and whenever it is when you're listening. We're back this evening, because it is evening for us, playing the Tricube Tales game, Metahuman Uprising, set in our Cape City superhero setting. And in the last adventure we had, our heroes foiled a great, terrible assault on the Hubert J. Quigler Center, where an NHL game was going on. There's supposed to be a ceremony to honor Helping Hand, the legendary Silver Age Cape City hero, but it was rudely interrupted with a terrible fart bomb and an assault from Coup de Gracie, the psychotic supervillain, and her demented boyfriend Hyper Bully, who our heroes defeated amongst great chaos. And we're going to start immediately where we stopped last time. But just real quick, let's go around and tell us real briefly about your character and your power. So in case anyone forgot from last time, we don't need the full description. But real quick, Goonie, Helping Hand, tell us real quick about him, what everybody needs to know in case they weren't here last time.
Yeah, his name is Helping Hand. His real name, which I forgot to give last time, is Hal Hansen. It's just a coincidence that they both start with H.
H, yeah.
And so, yeah, he is an older superhero veteran, and his costume, I also didn't describe, and I will do that now, is basically mostly white tights with like a blue cape, and he's got like a blue eye mask, kind of, the type that Robin would wear, that type. And then on his chest, he's got like a kind of a shield emblem that's kind of like the American flag colors. He's got like little red Speedos over his other tights, red gloves and boots with a blue cape, and a little H belt buckle.
Nice. Okay. And
of
course,
and then, sorry, but in case yeah, his power is that he can shoot his hands out and control them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And Ryan, remind us about the Rizzler and what he's all about.
Well, the Rizzler is all about streaming everything all the time, interacting with his chat, and trying to fight crime while doing so, although that is a recent addition to his otherwise attempt at being a streamer. And he only recently adopted the moniker of the Rizzler. At the end of the last episode, he was kind of considering it. But yeah, and I also neglected to describe his outfit, which is kind of a blue and orange form-fitting jumpsuit, and he's got a little like a blue stripe down the middle and with like an orange circle and this stylized MK, but now he's going to have to, because he was just going by Mike Kid before, but now he's going to have to figure out, a new logo or something. Well, it'd be an R or something for Rizzler. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
He'll figure it out.
All right. Okay. And you have a stan. You have a stalker/fan. Zaya, the Massiah. Can you tell us real quickly about her again before we jump in, Lynn?
All right, so Zaya, the Massiah, well, the Massiah. She doesn't really say the Massiah. It just kind of works out that
Massiah.
way. They just her name, her superhero name is Massiah. It's not the Massiah.
Okay.
I don't know that she really wears a costume. I think, she's just in, I see her as like jeans and maybe combat boots and maybe kind of a geeky top. And she wears a stocking cap all the time, though. Like, just a little kind of just folds up and folds up on the brim and, little cap.
Yeah.
She can change the mass of both herself and things that she touches. Mm-hmm. She is a PhD chemistry student who is socially awkward.
She's socially awkward. And your power to change mass, you changed Hyperbole's skull hockey mask. You changed his mask so much that he face planted into the ice and couldn't get up. But now you were on the steps with the mayor, and there's some, TV footage, and they were talking, doing some press about this. But that's all sort of drifting away now. There's still plenty of people walking around. Cops are running in, forensics teams. And speaking of Hyperbole, they're wheeling him out in this great big stretcher, but it takes like 6 Shepherd units to carry him because he's so thick and big anyway, and his mask is still not masked. It's just they had to pull it out of the ice, and but you can see they've got like a little IV bag on him already, and his face is all messed up. They're putting him in one of the great big Star Squad vans. But then you can also see there's a whole bunch of cops, a huge crowd of cops. They're all struggling with something in the middle, and you can hear, "Let go of me! I'm being assaulted! Police brutality! Police brutality! I'm being violated! I'm under violation!" And they're kicking and screaming. Coup de Gracie is being thrown into another great big Star Squad van. And these have like power dampeners in them. They could put really powerful heroes in these things. And just before they slam the door on her, she looks out and she yells over to you guys. She goes, "Hey, you, old man, I got a message for you. And that's revenge is a dish best served cold. You dumb shit. I added that last part from me. That's for me." And they slam the door on her face. And
that mouth of hers.
Yeah, that's right. She's got a mouth, says a voice. And you see there's a guy walking up. He's just wearing like a rumpled suit and a trench coat, but he's showing you his badge. Detective Warren Gesso, Star Squad. So, hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys putting them down. We've had a heck of a time worrying about her. She busted out not too long ago. You got any idea why she targeted this place? She got some kind of special beef against you? What was that she was just saying about revenge? Hey, is that phone? Turn that phone around. Don't film me. All right, thank you. I'll let you be the guy. I'll let you decide whether you just position it in such a way that he can't tell. After that.
No. Well, he would rather have it on him anyway.
Right.
Just.
So why'd you target this place tonight?
Well, I got to think it had something to do with me being there. It's a big. I was being honored there, and it's not often with the exact place and time a superhero is going to be at. So maybe she figured, this would be a good opportunity to strike at a legendary superhero, and then these other superheroes just happen to be there as superheroes sometimes are, and it felt great to get back into action. I'd been just sitting around for too long. It was great. It was a breath of fresh air. I loved it.
Well, I'd rather be home with the wife and kids personally, but looks like I got to go down and question our charming little foul-mouthed friend. I want to know if you guys want to get in on the questioning.
Well, I don't know if I can stand to hear any of those foul mouths the words coming out of her foul mouth. But I guess we gotta get some information first. Yeah. Yeah, you two want to come along and you can see how it's done.
You can stream that. That would be so cool. I mean, lit at AF.
Yeah, it would totally be lit AF. Yeah, let's go, bros. We can wait. Where are you taking her to Army Island or what?
That's right. We're going down to Army Island. There's no streaming in Army Island. All right. That doesn't stop you from trying to do it on the sly.
That will not stop you from trying to do it on the sly.
No streaming.
So right on.
Hey, Boomer.
Yeah, Boomer.
All right. I got kids. You're not as cute as they are, so don't push your luck. But we're going to Marx Penitentiary. They're on they call it Army Island is like an army base. It's in the northwest district of Cape City. It's not even technically an island. It's on the shores of Lake Inferior, which is the smallest of the Great Lakes, the fictional one that juts out into our fictional Wisconsin, which is why this great, great city of Cape City is here. And so, I don't know if you guys have personal modes of transport. If anyone's got a wacky helping hand mobile or a scooter I don't know about, let me know. Otherwise, you can just hitch a ride over in a police car.
Yeah, I mean, when he was part of his team, the Defenders, they had an air vehicle of some type called the Defend Air, AIR. But now that those days are over, and he just gets rides places. So he'll go in the cop car, I guess.
Well, the Rizzler typically just takes the cart, the Cape Area Rapid Transit,
Okay.
but he will. That would be much slower, so he would go in the shop car, I think.
All right. Sound good to you, Massiah?
Zaya has a Segway. She rides it all over the city and campus and stuff.
All right.
But she'll ride with them, for this.
Her Segway will be fine.
But that's her general mode of transportation is a Segway.
All right.
Absolutely.
You need to visit.
I've made a huge mistake.
Right. Lost my B. Or he lost his G. I don't remember. Never mind. No one knows what we're talking about. So we're going to move on. But your Segway will be fine. You guys hop into the police cars, and they rush over to Marx Penitentiary. You hear that they were taking hyperbole to the medical wing. They're going to have to do radical reconstructive surgery. But he flashes his badge, and you guys walk down a long hallway, and some offices behind glass, and then it leads you to an actual holding room. It's not where they'd keep somebody permanently, but handcuffed, and in the middle of the room is Coup de Gracie standing there behind really thick glass. And just as I was saying, radical reconstructive surgery earlier, that's what she's saying as you're approaching. Now he's going to need radical reconstructive surgery. You know how much that costs? One of his only redeeming features that he was pretty, you dumb shits. Oh look, it's a wrinkled old man and two young dumb shits. Yeah, I'm not feeling very creative with my profanity, just seeing as I was unlawfully assaulted by police officers.
Well, bro, it's funny you should be calling us shits because that's what that gas smelled like that you unleashed upon the arena earlier. And so I was just thinking about telling all of my viewers about your new name, Coup de Gracie.
I gotta admit, that's pretty fucking good. But you better not be calling me no Coup de Gracie. Anyway, I want to make a deal.
You better get hip.
Oh, you get hip. I'm hip. I listen to Guns N' Roses. What do you think of that? Just like my daddy did.
Talking about poop de Gracie.
It's hip to be square.
Yeah. The joke's on you, because really they have to call me Coup de Gras. Because I know Coup de Gracie ain't pronounced that way. All right. Now listen up, you dumb shits. Where's the pig? I want to make a deal. Pig right here, says Detective Warren Jesso. Says, all right, I want to make a deal, okay? Give me immunity from this last event, and I'll tell you how I got out of here. Wouldn't you like to know that?
Now, you listen here, young lady. Now, I don't know how the police handle it, but superheroes, they don't make deals with supervillains. You're going to have to spill the beans.
You know what it sounds like when you talk? It sounds like blah, 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 you dumbass old man. Oh, you got something to say, pretty boy? Huh?
Well, he just said spill the beans, but I thought that's what you did earlier.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless beans don't mean farts. But anyway, you're going to have to spill the tea. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know what spill the tea means. I don't know. Y'all
Hardo.
you try to be clever. What'd you call me?
Hardo.
I don't even know what that means. That means Jean Harlow. She's cool. All right. No, seriously, I want to make a deal. I'll tell you, don't you want to know how I got out of here? Maybe I just walk out of here again. You ever think of that?
Well, no. You're not walking anywhere.
All right, well, then we'll see about that. But somebody
I
gave
think
me...
you're just flexing.
Flexing. I don't need to flex. Somebody gave me a message to give to you. Ain't you just the least bit curious, old man?
To me? Oh, well, yeah. Why don't you tell me?
Oh, look, he forgot already. He's old. Oh, I'm old. I can't remember shit because I'm old and stupid and ugly. You're all three a bunch of ugly fucks. Except for that one. He's kind of pretty, she says, pointing at Rizzler.
I'm not ugly. Look at this charming smile. He'll smile, and then you see just for a second, like some dentures start to droop.
Yeah.
Smile. Put him back in real quick.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. I'm going to get a grill done personally when I get out of here, which I'm going to easily do next time since you won't make a deal. Maybe I ought to at least talk to her about, see what she means about the deal, says Warren Jesso. I heard what you said, pig. Oh, my God. I'm going to go in there and strangle her. I'm going to have to recuse myself from the room for a minute. You talk to her. He walks out and he punches the soda machine.
So, Captain Underpants' mom wants to know, what were you doing at the arena? Like, what was up with all that stuff? Like, why were you shooting the media VIP thing?
Well, just a little favor for somebody who got me out of here. That was the deal. I do that, I get out. So I always honor a deal. Sometimes when I feel like it. And also I did it, why? To cause trouble, because that's what I do. I'm a troublemaker. I'm bad. Oh, doctor, help me. I'm bad. I'm sick. Oh, no.
You know, I used to be a common criminal like yourself way back in the day. You know, I probably told this story before, but so I was in a gang called the 3rd Street Bruisers, and we used to go around beating people up and all that until one day I was in a shop, and the shop owner, he was an Arab fella, and he said, well, you know, their people's custom was to chop off the hands of the thieves, and so one thing led to another. I got both of my hands chopped off and wound up in the hospital, and then they said they gave me a experimental treatment for phantom limb syndrome, and then that's how I got my superpowers, and I forgot why I was saying all this.
Excuse me, I forgot to say yawn, snore.
Well, now I remember I was going to tell you, because it's not too late to turn things around. You know, you can be a good person. You just have to. It's in your heart, yeah.
Can I be a good person? Can I find the
yeah, sweetheart.
Can I find the good part of my heart? Can I?
You're a sweetie. I know it inside of you.
I know it. It wasn't my fault. I have a hard upbringing. My boyfriend was an arsonist. Things went bad. My father's the only redneck Muslim in the whole state. I didn't have to go bad. The only reason I went bad is that the world's so full of dumb shits like you, old, boring, dumb shits. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody wants to get revenge on you. But yeah, I did the deal. I get out. I cause some trouble. You know what? Trouble's worth doing just for itself. I knew I might end up back here, but it's better than sitting here staring at my ugly-ass doctor all weekend. But I'll tell you what, you make me a deal. I'm already in here for good. I don't need extra stuff piled on. Give me immunity on this last deal. Because I was temporarily insane. Oh, because I'm so good and I'm so confused. Oh. And then I'll tell you how I got out of here. And I'll tell you who asked me to do this little thing for you. And tell you that message.
Well, I would, I'd like to, give you the benefit of the doubt, but you don't seem a very honest person. If I thought you might, change your ways, maybe we could make a deal. But you sound like you're just going to be the same bad person you were.
Yeah, but I'll be in here. But you know what? I'm going to attend to wounded birds and write reflective poetry. And I think I'm going to become a Christian.
Well, yeah, that's what you ought to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Okay, good. Then now we can start talking deals.
All right. Detective Warren Jesso calls you over to where he's standing, at the end of the hall, and goes, "Listen, just you don't have to really offer immunity. Just tell her you will. Just tell her she's got immunity. You're an honorable. I know you're an honorable man. You want to do the right thing, but listen, who's she? She's nothing. She's nobody. She's a criminal. You just tell her she's getting immunity."
Well, I'm not fond of outright lying, but maybe, I'll tell her I can't make any promises, but I'll tell her I'll try to get her immunity. Maybe that'll be enough.
You know
Doesn't
what?
she?
What's that?
Doesn't she stay in jail either way? I mean,
yeah,
is it really?
There's some privileges we could take away from her. We probably will. But I'll tell you what, I'll tell her. If you don't want to lie, if you're too honorable to lie, I'll go talk to her. All right, you get what you want, Coup de Gracie. Immunity from this. Yeah, let me see that in writing. He's like, yep, we're getting that writing for you right now. He goes, all right, listen. I'll tell you how I got out here. Simple. Got past the key. Walked right out. And I know what the timing is on all the cameras. And I had a uniform, a guard uniform. You want to know where I got all that? Okay,
yeah.
I'll tell you. It was my doctor, Rowan Rivers. He gave them to me. And he said to go do what I did. And hook me up with the ghouls. And he set it all up. So if you want to be arresting somebody, you go arrest him, Dr. Rowan Rivers. That's my psychiatrist. I don't need no psychotherapy anyway.
A doctor?
That's right. Yeah, already into his little radio. Detective Warren Justice says, "Get Dr. Rowan Rivers in here immediately." And he goes, "That's the last I'll see of that dumbass." No. So you go ahead.
That certainly goes against the Hippocratic Oath. I'm very disappointed that a doctor that would do something like that.
Well, he's a real bad doctor. And as for other dumbasses, that'll be enough from you today, Missy. And Detective Warren Jesso presses a button. And it's like black, screen goes down over the glass. And she just lets out a stream of profanity and lowers her head with the glass as long as she can still see you, spits on the glass, and just wow, she's awful. She is absolutely awful. I have no intention of giving her any kind of immunity, by the way. So, all right, we're gonna. You want to talk to this Rowan Rivers doctor? We should have him in here soon. Let's go to the lounge. Get some coffee. I need to listen to a little Barry Manilow. He always soothes my nerves. Well, Barry, golden voice on that Barry Manilow. Don't you agree?
I do, yeah. Love me some Barry Manilow.
Yeah. You kids like Barry Manilow?
Who's Barry Manilow?
Who?
Oh, yeah, that figures they don't have any idea. You probably don't even listen to Pat Boone, do you?
Who? Pat Boone?
Well, he does rock and roll music. Yeah, it's even metal. You guys like metal music? You should listen to Pat Boone.
Is it like Taylor Swift?
Is that a man or a woman? Because
I'm not sure. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah. I don't know what the right answer is. Well, you're saved from the further awkwardness because, you're sitting around the lounge sipping some coffee, I guess, during this conversation. And this guy is let in and he's wearing like a kimono and pajama bottoms. He's balding. He's wearing spectacles. He's like, I tell you, I don't know what this could possibly be about. All right, doctor, in here. And Detective Gesso gestures with his head for you guys to follow him into a small interrogation room. And what? Oh, superheroes, huh? Okay. Well, I'm Dr. Rowan Rivers. I'm here to cooperate in any way. I'll let you guys take the lead on this one, says Gesso. So you want to tell me why I'm here?
I'm sorry, did you say that the doctor... Is the doctor male or female?
I'm Dr. Rowan Rivers, and
Okay.
I'm obviously male. Don't you see my classic male pattern of baldness?
Yeah.
This is character from the
Your
DC
pronouns are
Comics
he
game?
Yeah,
and
it
him,
is.
then?
It is.
It's always
Yes,
good
they're
to
he and
clarify
him,
these
although I
things,
support all pronoun uses. Yes, I go by he and him. Thank you for asking. But if you could tell me why he is here, I'd sure appreciate it, because I was just about to do some relaxing. It's Friday night. Been at work all week, counseling villains.
Well, Doctor, we've received some very unsettling news about you and what you've been up to.
Oh?
I think you better sit down and listen, and because you might be in a lot of trouble.
Well, a lot of trouble. I don't know. I can't imagine what trouble I could possibly be. What trouble could I possibly be? They gave him a cup of coffee earlier, and he's like raising it to his lips, and it's like completely shaking, and there's coffee sloshing out the side. I can't imagine what trouble I could possibly be in. Law-abiding citizen.
Well, that's not what I heard. We had you're probably familiar with a woman calling herself Coup de Gracie.
Yes, she's a patient of mine.
Well, yeah, she has. She said some things about you. You aided her and her escape. We know all about it.
That's ridiculous. I wouldn't even know how to. I had to do it. He threatened my life. He threatened my cats, my precious cats. He threatened me. He said he'd kill me. I had to do it.
Okay.
I knew it was wrong, but I figured she'd just get arrested again and no great harm would be done. I didn't expect what happened to happen. I didn't think she'd really fall through with it. I thought she'd hightail it. I don't know what would happen. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's enough now. Yeah, so, some people did get hurt from that. It was a bad scene. And why don't you tell us who it was that threatened you and your cats?
So if I told you, then maybe I could, maybe I get a fair deal, huh? Fair shake? It just made a mistake, that's all. It's just a mistake. It's not who I am. It doesn't represent who I am.
Well, maybe I could argue for some leniency,
Yeah.
but you got to do the time if you do the crime. That's what I always say.
Oh, God, I always do. I end up in here. Wait, I won't be here. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, thank God. Oh, okay.
Not
Listen,
unless you have some superpowers.
No, I don't have any superpowers. If I did, I wouldn't be here. Okay, I'll tell you. Listen, I was at work. Okay, I try to analyze supervillains. I do all that. Okay, but I like to play racquetball with a detective friend of mine. We play a lot of racquetball, and I was walking home from racquetball to my townhouse there in Mackin Heights one night. It was getting dark, but it's a good neighborhood, yes. So there's this alley, though, and I could hear the fella in the alley, and he says, "Hey, fella!" And so I look over in the alley, and I was a little bit scared because I see this fellow. He's a big guy, right? And he's wearing a deep hoodie with a long coat. I couldn't see inside the hoodie, but he's a big fella. And when he talked, it sounded like it was like coming through a speaker, you understand? Like it sounded like it's coming through a speaker. And I remember because he had a Russian accent, and he said he'd kill me if I didn't do it. And he told me the whole plan, and he told me to get her out. So I got her the pass key, and then I got her the pass key, and she just walked right out. She had a guard's uniform, no one's looking. Then when no one's looking, they're going to look. People see what they want to see. You want to see a bad guy right now, don't you? You want to see a bad person. Well, I'm a person who wants to live. And I was afraid this creepy Russian fella with the weird voice box would just leave me alone. Leave me alone. He knew exactly where I lived. He knew exactly what I did for a living. He said he could get me. He said no matter what, police protection wouldn't help. He said nobody could help me. No one would give me a helping hand, he said.
Oh, you're Russian, you say? Couldn't be.
Yeah, he's a Russian.
It couldn't be who I'm thinking of. But, well, you know.
Well, I've heard enough, says Detective Gesso, and he goes and he just gives him he starts arresting him, reason his Miranda rights. Oh, God, no. He's arrested, and he breaks down in tears. There's one thing. Wait. You said lenient, right? I give you another detail. Just leniency, okay? Just take the cuffs off. Let me walk down the hallway with dignity, he says in his kimono and pajama bottoms. They're co-workers here. This is where I work. Don't watch me past the cell block with them seeing me this way. Oh, look, I'll tell you one more thing, okay? This guy, even though he had that weird voice box, right, he kept raising cigarettes to his lips over and over and over. Just smoked cigarettes, chain smoked, just terribly. Kept throwing the cigarette butts down in the alleyway, littering our nice neighborhood there in Mackin Heights, right in that alley by my townhouse. There's a pile of cigarette butts all below him. And every time he smoked, it's like he's sucking them all in with one breath, right? Like, the whole cigarette, and just one after another. They had a really distinctive smell. You know, like a stale smell of these cigarettes. That's all I could give you. That's a clue, right? That's a clue. That's good for something, right? You can take the cuffs off me, right? Helping hand. Tell him to take the cuffs off me, right?
Hey, the cuffs are necessary.
Well, I guess
officer.
not. Okay. I guess not. Hey, you're not streaming in here, are you?
Oh, no, man, of course not. You told me that wasn't, like, against the rules, right, bro? I totally didn't take a question from a chatter to give to Coup de Gracie earlier.
Yeah, I don't need to be on anybody's MySpace videos. Just showing that he, too, doesn't know what the hell. Yeah. Okay, well, they lead him off. Well, thanks for coming in, and if you find out anything else, let us know. If somebody's out to get you, the Star Squad will be on your side, helping hand. Don't worry about that.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Okay. So, where do you guys want to go from here? You want to go to a coffee shop and talk about it? You want to go back to your domiciles? Obviously, yeah, there's some clues there you could follow up. They're probably pretty glaring. But, the superhero genre is not subtle.
Well, I mean, yeah, the Rizzler wouldn't have any idea, but that sounded just like a Red Hammer, right?
Well, it's Russian, that's for sure.
Yeah. There's a pile of cigarettes we could go investigate, maybe.
Yeah.
I know he said it smelled funny. I don't know, it could be wacky tobacco.
Can't we get DNA off the cigarettes?
Maybe so.
Yeah, maybe.
It's certainly some physical evidence, that's for sure. That's all you've really got to go on. So.
Yeah, well, I guess we're kind of a little team now, huh?
Bet.
I don't want to bet you. I just saying. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of a little super group now. Yeah.
And I don't mind adding, if you guys are cool with this, that ever since this happened an hour or two ago, viewership's just started skyrocketing, right? Like more and more people are showing up in the feed. You can tell there's more viewers. I don't know how that works. You probably can see from there how many people are watching. And there's some traction happening on the net now.
Whoa, I'm blowing up, bros. This is crazy. Like, I guess being in that, in the arena for that event, like, really just, I'm popping off here. That's crazy.
No
I'm gonna get to, like, ratio some peeps, man.
Hey, you got, so you got lots of, people watching you on your gizmo there.
Yeah. Well, how many would you say, Sean?
Oh, God, I don't know. You said we start off with a few hundred, but I think it's kind of...
I mean, if he had 200, that would be a good fucking stream for him.
Yeah, I think it's like better than that. It's like probably up in like the low thousands now. It's a lot of helping hand interest. People are doing helping hand searches. People are talking about. People are texting their friends. And there's some wild superhero action. They're inside a police station. They're doing all. I imagine it's getting noteworthy.
So HH, Massiah, do either of you bros like stream at all?
Stream. Like. Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard for an old fella to get a stream going.
Yeah, no, I just. I was on the internet once. Is that what you mean?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, the internet's definitely involved, bro. But I was just wondering. I take it you don't either, Massiah.
I've never. No, I never have streamed before. I watch other people's streams and I think they're really cool, but I don't know. I wouldn't know what to say. Or, what would I do? I just like to, when I study my chemistry stuff and like I ride my Segway around town and just do stuff and like I don't think people would find me very interesting.
You're so awkward.
You ought not to think about yourself like that. You got to get some self-confidence and belief in yourself. Start look in the mirror every day and smile wide. That's what I did, and tell yourself, you're worth it and all that. And and then you can maybe you can get some people that watch you on your gadgets.
Maybe I can glow up and I could stream that. I could stream the process of my evolution and transformation.
Your origin story.
Willie Wanka 69420. Thanks for the donation, and he says, Massiah, you should stick out your Giat for the Rizzler.
I don't even know what that means.
No. I would say you're having a stroke, but I think I'm having a stroke because I didn't understand a single goddamn word you said there.
Well, bro, I think Willie Wanka 69420 was having a stroke, if you know what I mean.
We're going to assume all this conversation is happening on public transit on the way to Mackin Heights, where you can go check out this alley. You guys get the address where he lives. And you can see the townhouses. They're nice, Mackin Heights is like a super, super nice. It's urban, but it's nice. But they're older buildings, and there are some alleyways. And you can see the alley by his house. It's dark, but you can use your phone to light up the situation. And, yeah, indeed, there are a pile of cigarettes right on the ground here. And crumple down and look at them. You can see the brand name, though. It's in Cyrillic script, right? It's in Russian lettering. Like they're Russian cigarettes. And, I don't think any of you can read Russian, but if you, took a picture of it or something, you might be able to see what kind of cigarette it is, maybe. And certainly, I guess you could take a picture of it with your phone and search and all that.
I'm going to...
Well, I just turn the camera around and get a picture, or not a picture of one of them, but stream one of them to some thousands of people here and crowdsource it to them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, smoke them if you got them. 447 comes back and says that it's a Belomor Canal. It's a Russian cigarette. They're only available in Russia and a couple of former post-Soviet republics.
Before you even tell the rest of us that Helping Hands probably I got a contact and he's gonna check and check all the cigarette brands in Russia, and it'll make it. He'll get back to us in a few weeks, and then we'll get on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got it covered, broski. This is these are whatever brand Sean just said they were.
Yeah, Belo Morcanal. They're Soviet cigarettes. Yeah, they're probably not available too many places here, though. That might be another thing.
Soviets. So are they like super
well,
old?
I say
or
Soviet.
Did you just mean Russian?
Well, I meant Russian, and then they're available in post-Soviet republics.
Wow, that's fantastic. You got it. That's instantaneous. That'll save us some time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to smell some just to see if I can see if there's anything unusual about it.
No, you get a little bit of a whiff of nostalgia, though, like a deja vu for a second when you smell it. Yeah.
That takes
it just seems
back.
vaguely familiar. Yeah. But like I said, there's probably not too many places in the United States you could get these cigarettes. You might be able to see if there's a place in Cape City you could buy them.
Yeah, now we got to go to hit the streets and go to the smoke shops and find out who's selling these Russian cigarettes.
Well, why don't you?
It'll take us another 3 weeks, probably.
No, I think it'll take us another 3 seconds.
Oh, how do you mean?
You gotta get hip to what's going on with the tech and stuff. You know.
Well, okay,
World at your fingertips.
Yeah, well, you type into your gadget and tell it and ask it where do you find these cigarettes at?
Okay.
Yeah, so Chad is saying that you can get them in Russia, you can get them in Ukraine, maybe Czechoslovakia, Latvia, they're not really sure, Belarus.
But here in Cape City, luckily, even a web search on a normal phone, not a gadget, the only place you can get these cigarettes in Cape City is the Little Kiev Import-Export Exchange. It's in the Riverfront District. And they do a lot of business with Russia and bring in special food items. They're not the kind of place you just go visit. They've got a great big warehouse, again, in the Riverfront District, a little deeper into town. But that's the only place you can get them here. It's possible that, if somebody bought a lot of them, somebody there might have some information about who. Some classic investigation and detective work. Every superhero is a little bit of a detective, too. Just like Batman. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, it looks like we're going to the Riverfront District then, friends.
All right, sounds good to me, bros.
Okay. And it's getting late enough at night now that you got to wait a little longer for the public transit than you would during the day. But I love this idea, these montage sequences. You guys standing waiting for the train, and...
You guys should totally get Segways. Sorry.
Should we decide they have like a little rental?
Your montage.
No, that's all right. I think maybe it would be if you said that though. Those little rental bikes you can get in a lot of cities. We have them here in Kansas City. Little rental scooters, bikes. That might be funnier than riding the train. As you guys picturing like his helping hands capes all billowing out in the wind on this little scooter.
Oh yeah.
You guys make it to the Riverfront District. Well, the river stinks as always, and the whole Riverfront District stinks. And when you get to the address, you see it's the Little Kiev Import-Export Exchange. It occupies the bottom 2 floors of this huge old brick warehouse. It's really like a stock house from the old stockyards back in the day. But like a lot of places, they're busy at night. They probably have 3 shifts here, and you can hear there's activity. And there's a guy standing right outside. There's great big dock doors open to the street. There's a few parked trucks. There's some other noise of industry around here at night, but it's still fairly desolate. But the open garage doors, there's a guy leaning against the wall smoking a cigarette. And as he sees you guys approach, like, what the hell? And flicks his cigarette out. Looks like he's going to try to go inside and close the garage door as you guys pull up. Not because he's scared, because you guys look like weirdos. So, what do you guys do?
I'm going to just, before he can close the garage door, I'm going to shoot my hand out there, as he's closing it, try to like stop him from closing it. Catch the door.
I don't think that should require a roll. I think that's perfectly.
Okay.
There's not a lot of risk involved. The second he sees a handle, he's like, "What the?" He turns and goes, "Oh wait, it's you. It's you."
That's right. Helping hand.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, and I saw you guys on the news earlier. It's a tiny TV, black and white. Didn't see much. What are you guys doing here? I'm Rusty. I'm the manager here. We're just doing another shift. What brings you here, of all places? Superheroes here at the Little Kiev Import-Export Exchange. We're not bringing anything weird from Russia, just so you know. We're not smuggling here. If anyone says so, they're liars.
Well, we know you're selling cigarettes.
That's right. All lawfully imported cigarettes. You got paperwork somewhere. If you had a paperwork, I might find some paperwork, but it doesn't sound like you have any paperwork.
No, we don't need any paperwork. We're just going to ask some questions.
Sure. Some questions. Come on in. If you want to follow him in. You see it's going to be with stacks and stacks of boxes with like stenciled Russian lettering on them. And there's some people loading some onto a crate, and there's people going around on a forklift or two trying to find. We do most of it's mail order these days, and we got a partnership with Amazon and all that. But my father had the business. He came over here. He escaped Soviet Russia, defected. I feel perfectly American, though. That's why the old man gave me the name Rusty, right? It was Rasputin, but Rusty sounded more American. So, anyway, come in here, and he takes you up to a room with, it's a factory-style office with a glass window that overlooks the rest of it, and you can see all the action below. And he gets a bottle of waters out of his little fridge. And he's like, okay, like I said, that paperwork, I don't keep the paperwork on premises, but I assure you, everything here is completely legal and above board. We're not having any smuggling going on at all, so I don't know who gave you the idea. It'd be a good idea to come down here, but obviously you're wasting your time.
Wow. Now, what'd you say your name was? Rusty?
Rusty, yeah.
Rusty.
Rusty. Thanks, got that. Rusty Goodnow, that's my name. Except I Americanized it. Rusty the Good. That's what I call myself now.
Well, okay, so, actually, we're investigating someone, and this someone has got kind of a habit, and he likes to smoke your brand of cigarettes. Well, one of the brands, what was it, Bella something.
Oh, Bella Morcanel. Yeah, we have a guy bought us all out of them, though. All I got enough are Primas. Prima's the worst Russian cigarette. I can't believe, I can't move them. But no, so the guy bought us all out, bought a whole crate, piled it into a van and everything. Strange fellow, though. Now that you mention it, let me check the ledger. He gets like this old school ledger, opens it up and looks through it. Says, yeah, he came in and bought that, the whole brand. Old guy, Russian fella. He wore like a respirator or something, like he had trouble breathing, right? The guy spent $20,000. So who was I to argue? He just wanted no paperwork. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? You see why he's a little nervous? All right. For whatever, if he wants to buy, I know he's probably going to resell somewhere, but that's not my business. It's $20,000 in my pocket. With that son of a bitch Goldie Briggs in office, property taxes are going through the roof. Excuse my French. They say he's a very nice man. But anyway... So, no, he bought up the whole lot. In fact, he needed a pallet jack. I think he might have been limping, although he's just all cloaked up, like I say, wearing a hood and a respirator. But I'm certain he had a limp now that I'm thinking about him. Because we had to use a little pallet jack to load it up into his van. He had a weird kind of van, though. It was like an old-fashioned cinnamon swirl van. The great big, frozen treat type of van. The old frozen cinnamon swirl. When I was a kid, we used to be able to get them at... the old Galaxy Land. You remember Galaxy Land, the old amusement park that got shut down?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you must remember. The cinnamon swirl, right? The delicious treat? Frozen treat?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. No one's been able to get one since the place closed down, but I don't know. Maybe this fella bought the van at auction or something. Who knows? But yeah, we loaded it into that cinnamon swirl van, and that's the last we saw of him. It's going to be at least Thursday before I can get any more of the Bello Marcanals for you. So if you're wanting some of those, which I doubt somehow, it's going to be a while. I got plenty of Prima, though.
No, yeah, we're not here to smoke. We're here to get info, and it looks like you didn't make any paperwork, you don't have this client of yours, his information.
No, like I said, he didn't want that, and he's offering a lot of cash. What would you do? 20 grand. So we just called it a private sale between gentlemen. Off the books.
Well, you're lucky we're not law enforcement. I mean, we kind of are, but we're not Cape City police, so we would have to cite you.
No. Give me a helping hand here. Give me a helping hand here, all right?
I don't have any authority to do that anyways, but, you're trying to be cooperative, and that's okay with me.
Look, I tell you what, you find that cinnamon swirl van, you got your guy.
Yeah, okay, cinnamon swirl van, yeah. It's an odd vehicle to choose.
Bros, I wouldn't even know what a cinnamon swirl van looks like. I'm sorry.
But you guys have heard of...
yeah, no clue.
No. You have heard of the Galaxy Land, though. It's been abandoned for, since the early 80s. But it was an amusement park that ran to the late 1940s up to the 80s, but it closed down. But that's where this van would have originated back in the day. But like I said, could have bought it at auction. I don't know if there's any way you could sweep the whole city somehow from the convenience of your own spot looking for a van. If only you could hack into street cameras or something. I see Ryan starting to nod. He didn't even need to nudge.
Yeah, well, aside from hacking into any CCTV type stuff, which would be possible, I could also just ask some thousands of people, many of whom presumably are local, if they've seen a cinnamon swirl van, if they even know what such a thing would look like.
Well, that's a lot more in keeping with your whole, theme of your character too, and let the people do the research. Put the comment out to the public, and let's see if that works. Though it seems like there are a lot of people, and we did say there are a lot more people watching. So why don't you go ahead and make a roll? I don't think this is a brawny thing, but roll two dice, and let's see if 5 or 6 gives you a good tip from all your commenters and viewers. Here the dice.
Ooh, 3 and a 6.
Oh, nice. Well, luckily, Sock Monkey 447 said that he actually belongs.
Did you say sock monkey or suck monkey?
Sock Monkey,
okay.
yeah. But Sock Monkey 447 links you to a video that he and his friends made where they were creeping through the, he's got like a YouTube channel where they creep through abandoned urban spaces and freak each other out and say, oh my God, and the camera just shakes a lot. You never see anything. But he shows you a video from them creeping around the old Galaxy Land amusement park, which still hasn't been completely torn down yet. It's down in the park district. And there's been all kinds of plans for it, but, Bain Industries was going to put a big factory there, but they didn't get the tax abatements they wanted, so it didn't happen. But just jiggling in the frame, and then he says, pause it at 447. And you can see that outside the fun house is parked that very van, a cinnamon swirl van. The cinnamon swirl place was across from the old fun house. And then, of course, the camera's all jiggly, and they're like, oh my gosh, did you see the shadow? Did you see the shadow? There's a shadow over there. Okay, place is definitely haunted. And then all the video. But this video, they only posted it, like, within the last 24 hours, though. So it just went up. And you do catch a flash of that van there outside of the fun house at Galaxy Land. So nice tip from Suck Monkey 447.
Well, bros, looks like we're heading to Galaxy Land, which is kind of what I was thinking anyway, but I'm glad that Sock Monkey was able to help out here. So, hey, bros in the chat, if somebody wants to, gift a subscription to Sock Monkey for that awesome tip, that would be totally rad. Thanks. Not rad. He did not just say rad. That'd be totally lit. Thanks.
All right, well, you guys are going to have to segue out to the park district, I guess, and it's nighttime now. So best way is to get on the highway, but with these little scooters, probably not. You got to take surface streets, go down to Spurk Street, got to go through the Agatter district, which could be an adventure in itself, as it's such a wild district and so run down. But we won't get into that. And out in the Park District, it's actually in the South Park town. It's mostly just old suburbs. And they're like older growth suburbs, right? Like 30 or 40-year-old houses and houses built in the 1960s and 70s. They're not the world's best neighborhood anymore, but they surround this vast area of the park. And they've demolished some things in there. But there's some chains around the chain link fence. And there's like chains closing a chain link fence. But it's easy to climb over and negotiate and get into Galaxyland. And you see the old skeletons of the old roller coasters silhouetted against the night sky, and the great tilt-a-whirl, and then there's the Fun House, which is down at the end of this great big row they call it Main Street USA, and there's the ruins of even old food carts and other things. It's really quite sinister out here. It's a great place for Sock Monkey 447 and his friends to make their video. But as you creep up towards the old funhouse, and it's pretty big, because Helping Hand remembers when he's visited this place as a younger man back in the day. The funhouse has some pretty big exhibits in it. They got like a Land Before Time exhibit, an Old West exhibit, things like that, and a lot of animatronics. And anyway, the van is parked right outside there, like you said. Now it's right next to the headquarters of the old Frozen Cinnamon Swirl stand, but that stand is not much. It's like an old photo hut type size booth. The Cinnamon Swirl would go out on, and also be selling as a food truck in neighborhoods and things. So that's where you find yourself. Now right next to it, though, as I say, is the old fun house. And indeed, there's not many windows in the fun house, so I kind of defeat the purpose. But there is a little bit of a light coming through some slats beneath the front door, as if somebody in there still has at least it's a steady light. It's not like a flashlight moving around or anything. But it's just a very dim light, as if there's still some power to that building. What do you guys want to do?
Wow. Well, looks like somebody's there. Somebody's home.
Looks sus to me. I think we should check it out.
Totally sus. That's got to be where we go first, I think. Yeah, Bruce.
Okay, well, then the next time we play, our heroes will investigate this sus fun house in the ruins of Galaxyland, and we will see you then.
Hey everybody, if you like our podcast, don't forget to leave us a good rating and or review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, or wherever you're able. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter at Goonies_world, and check out our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.